the next set of problems, we are asked to find the value of x. Obviously, we're going to first have to identify the angle relationships in order to be able to set up an appropriate equation. So let's take a look at problem 36. What is the relationship of these two angles to one another? What kinds of angles are they? Vertical. Thank you. So vertical angles are always congruent. Very good. So we got 89 equals 4x plus 1. Okay, what are we going to do next? Subtract 1 from each side. So we have
88 equals 4x.
Very good. 88 equals 4x.
Divide by 4.
And once we divide by 4, we get
22.
x equals 22. Very good.
Look at me.
Very good. All right, in problem 37, what do these two angles form? A line. So they are a linear pair, and we know that linear pairs add to 180. So I'm actually going to put the plus and the equals 180. And now I'm going to come and fill in my two angles. So I've got 3x plus 2 is one of my angles. And I'm adding that to my other angle, which is 61. So what is 2 plus 61? 63. What do I need to do next? Well, we need to get rid of the 63. So it's a positive 63, so we're subtracting it. So we've got 3x equals 117. So x equals 39. Set, record. Okay, on problem 38, we have to figure out our relationship. So we know that we have parallel lines cut by transversal. So let's mark our angles. Now, the two angles that we have information about, do they have the same marks or different marks? The same marks. So we have 6x plus 1 equals how much?
73.
73. So if we subtract 1, we have 6x equals 72. So x equals 12.
I'm feeling good today.
Okay, let's label the next ones that we have. So once again, parallel lines cut by transversal. Go. All right, so let's mark our angles. And we really don't even have to mark the rest of the angles because we know that the two angles we have information about, are they the same or different? They're the same marks or different marks? The same. We had right here and right here. They were the same. They each had one angle mark. I had it in red. So we have on our problem 78 equals 3x, since they are the same. So we're going to divide both sides by 3, and we get x equals how much? X equals 26. Very good. Okay, for problem number 40, these two angles form what? A right angle. So they're what kinds of angles? Complementary. Complementary angles. Add to 90 degrees. So I'm going to put plus, and I'm going to put equals 90. Now I'm going to plug in. So I've got 6x plus 5. I have to add that to the other angle, which is 31. So now let's combine like terms. So 5 plus 31 is?
36.
Very good. So 6x plus 36 equals 90. Subtract 36 from both sides of the equation, which tells me that 6x equals,
54.
and that means that x equals 9. Very good. Okay, this next problem, we have to use the information that all the way around. If we went all the way around in a circle, it would be how many degrees? 360 degrees. So we have one angle that is x minus 3. We're adding that to the next angle, which is 2x plus 16. And we're adding that to the next angle, which is 218 degrees. Now we have to combine like terms. So we have x plus 2x gives me x plus 2x is what? 3x. Very good. Minus 3 plus 16 plus 218 is how much? 231. So if we subtract 231 from each side of the equation, we get 3x equals 129. We're going to divide both sides of the equation by 3 to get x equals 43. Very good. X equals 43. Okay, once again, we have parallel lines cut by a transversal. We want to mark our angles. The two angles that we have information about, are they the same angle mark or different angle marks? Matt? Are they the same angle marks or different angle marks? The same. So if they're the same, what do we do? How do we write the equation? Well, if we have parallel lines cut by a transversal, we only have two different angle measurements, so we only have two different angle relationships. They can either be supplementary. If they're supplementary, they add to how much?
180.
180. If they're not supplementary, they are congruent, which means they are equal to each other. So in this case, we have the same angle mark, which means they are congruent. So 4x plus 3 equals 79. That means 4x equals 76. So x equals
19.
19. Okay, once again, mark angles. Do the two angles that we care about have the same mark or different marks?
Different. No, same.
The same. Once again, they're the same. So we have 130 is equal to 4x plus 2. So 4x equals how much? 128, which gives me x equals 32. Now, on problem 44, these two angles form what kind of angle?
A right angle.
A right angle. So they are what? Complementary. Very good. So we can add them up and set that equal to 90 degrees. So x plus 10, add that to 4x. So x plus 4x is 5x. So we got 5x equals 80, which gives me x equals 16. Now, I do want to go over one more thing on this problem. Some people like to point out that there is this line here, and there is this right angle mark here. You could have alternatively set up this problem by saying I have a straight line. In this case, you would have to say I have one angle that is 4x, which is this angle right here. I have another angle that is x plus 10. And you would have to account for this angle over here, which has the mark in it, so we know it's 90. In this case, since we used the whole line, we had to set it equal to 180. As you can see, this one was added to 90, and we didn't have the extra 90 in there. This one's added to 180. The only difference is we have added in that extra 90. So we've got 180 equals 90 plus 10 is 100. And 4x plus x is still 5x. So now we subtract 100 to get 80 equals 5x. We still get x equals 16. So there's more than one way that you could solve this problem. I wanted you to see that if you use the full line, you have to account for that extra 90 degrees because there's a third angle taken into account if you use the whole line.